All right, let's jump right in. In a world that feels, well, pretty complicated and unpredictable sometimes, getting a grip on your financial future, that's one of the most empowering things you can possibly do. So today, we're going to break down the very first steps of financial planning. We're going to turn what feels like this huge, scary challenge into a clear, totally manageable path.
So does it hit home? Look, if you have ever felt that knot in your stomach, that sense of anxiety or just total confusion when you think about your money, I want you to know you are so not alone. It's an incredibly common feeling, and frankly, it's the #1 reason why having a solid plan is such a game changer.
And let's be real for a second. Those feelings, they are completely 100% valid. I mean, the financial world we're all trying to figure out today is genuinely tougher than it was for, say, our parents' generation. Let's dig into exactly why that is. You see, these things aren't happening in isolation. They're all connected and they kind of feed off each other. The cost of just about everything from a house to college is going up, right? So that forces a lot of us to take on more debt. And then you add this other layer. We're all living longer, which is great, but it means our retirement money has to stretch for maybe 20, 30, or even 40 years. It's like a perfect storm of financial pressure.
But, and this is a big but, here's the good news. Just because things are complex doesn't mean they have to be chaotic. A financial plan, that's your tool. It's what you use to cut right through all that noise. And it's not about having a crystal ball and predicting the future, not at all. It's about preparing for it. It's about giving yourself back a sense of control. Okay, but before you can even start building that plan, there's something you need first. And it's a solid foundation of trust. If you decide to work with a financial advisor, their guiding principle, well, it's everything. And honestly, this part is completely non-negotiable.
And this quote, this really gets to the absolute heart of what professional financial advice should be. This isn't just some nice-to-have suggestion. It is the fundamental ethical rule. It means that any recommendation you ever get has to be for your best interest, not to make a bigger commission for the advisor. You've got to understand, this principle is your safety net.
And that client-first rule doesn't stand alone. It's held up by these other key pillars. I mean, think about it, right? Integrity. That just means being honest through and through. Competence means they actually know what they're doing and have the skills to help you. And confidentiality? That's about protecting your most sensitive information. See, these aren't just buzzwords. They are the bedrock that ensures the advice you're getting is legit and professional. All right, so once that foundation of trust is in place, the spotlight turns. It turns inward, onto you. Because a truly great financial plan isn't some generic one-size-fits-all template. No way. It has to be a direct reflection of you, what you actually want to achieve, and just as important, how you feel about risk. And this is one of the first huge questions you've got to ask yourself. What's the main goal here? Are you at a point in your life where you need your investments to basically pay you a regular paycheck to live on? That's what we call income. Or are you more focused on building your wealth over the long haul for some future goal like retirement? That's growth. Your answer to this one question shapes pretty much your entire investment strategy. And of course, what you're aiming for changes over time, right? It's totally natural. Take a look at this timeline. Early on in what we call the accumulation phase, you're just starting out. You have literally decades to recover from any market bumps, so you can afford to take more risks and really focus on growth. But then, as you move into consolidation and eventually financial independence, the priority shifts. It becomes less about growing and more about protecting what you've worked so hard to build and maybe generating some income from it. Your plan has to evolve right along with you.
So, the big question is, how do you actually put all of this together? The ethics, your personal goals, your comfort level with risk. How does it become a plan? Well, professionals use a really clear, structured process. The best way to think about it is like a roadmap, a map from where you are right now to where you want to be.
This 6-step process, it's designed to make sure nothing gets missed. It all starts with just establishing that relationship, getting on the same page. Then it's about gathering all the information, not just the hard numbers, but your hopes and dreams too. From there, you get into the analysis, then the recommendations, and this is crucial, actually implementing those recommendations. But it doesn't stop there. That last step, the periodic review, is so important because life happens, things change, and your plan needs to be able to change right along with you.
Now, I know all of that can sound great in theory, but it can still feel a little abstract, right? So let's bring this all the way back down to earth. Let's talk about one single concrete action that you can take right now to start this whole journey.
It really is the most important question, isn't it? Where do I begin? Because you can't map out a journey to anywhere if you don't know your exact starting location. And in the world of finance, that starting point has a very specific name. It all comes down to this one number, your net worth. This is, without a doubt, the single most important number for understanding your current financial reality. All it is everything you own, we call those assets, minus everything you owe, your liabilities. And please hear this, it is not a judgment, it's not a grade, it's just a number. Think of it as your financial "you are here" sticker on the map.
And this image really says it all, doesn't it? Figuring out your net worth is exactly like laying the foundation before you build a house. You simply can't build a strong, stable financial future on shaky, unknown ground. This one simple calculation gives you that solid base to build everything else on.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. Forget about next month, forget about next year. Just for a moment, what does your financial snapshot look like today? I mean, really. Grab a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. On one side, list everything you own. On the other, list everything you owe. Do this simple math. What's the final number? What does your financial snapshot look like right now, in this moment? Because that number, that's the beginning of your plan.